Hello again, everybody. Zacatec is here by NXT Takeover Unstoppable review for tonight, Wednesday, May the 20th, 2015. All right. I haven't made a review for NXT Takeover event in a couple months. The last one in February, I didn't see that one live. I saw it later. And this event is almost like the NXT Takeover last one rival. First half was okay, second half was the best half. But overall, fun. Another great NXT Takeover event. The first half was decent, some decent matches, plus a match for number contendership. We kind of knew it was going to be changed to a one-on-one and it ended up being happening. Plus, once again, a great women's title match tonight. Plus, as you see from my description, the debut we've all been waiting for. A moment we thought would never happen. A TNA superstar who had been an icon for TNA, that's not Sting, made his debut tonight after lots and lots of speculation. Now, I'll tell you what I think about him debuting in his future in WWE in a few moments. I'll give this event 7.5. A little bit more than the Payback. Payback was decent, but this was a fun event. First three matches were decent. Fun matches in the first half. The second half was amazing, especially the Corbin in the main. Even though we had a weird ending, at least it's set up for the big debut. So let's get started with, of course, our first match. By the way, crowd was once again excellent. I love the NXT crowds. I'm going to see NXT in Cleveland. I'm like, cannot wait to go to Cleveland now. Cannot wait. They have a new ramp tonight. They have a new little entrance ramp. That's awesome. Especially used for entrances for the first two fighters in our first matchup. The number one contenders match. It was supposed to be a triple threat with Hideo Itami, Finn Balor, and Tyler Breeze. Now, the news came out a few weeks ago that Hideo Itami was injured through the dirt sheets, wrestling vessels on all that stuff. WWE hadn't officially announced Hideo's status. They still had him on the card, including on the t-shirts. Well, they showed on the pre-show a way to write him off. He was attacked outside. That's how they ran him off. Maybe hinting towards Kevin Owens being involved in it. So, we all knew there was going to be a change in that match. So now they officially made it one-on-one. Finn Balor against Tyler Breeze. Great entrances, by the way, from both guys. I was like seeing the fashion models. I was like, what the heck is this for a second? And then Tyler Breeze comes, oh, it makes sense. It was entrance. Finn Balor's entrance. What can you say about it? His entrances at these takeovers are amazing. When he did that face paint the first time back in December, back at NXT Takeover Evolution, it was just epic. And once again, it was epic tonight. Once again, man, I love when he puts on that demon face paint. It just brings out a new side of him. He's like Jeff Hardy, but a lot more freakier. Full on face paint. Even the tattoo on the bat was awesome. Some of it might be sprayed on, but whatever it is, it's awesome. This is the second takeover in a row that Tyler Breeze has opened up the match. But you know why? Because he's a great fighter. And these two have been number one contenders before. Finn, Weiss, and number one contender. So both guys want another shot to be number one contender. And with this just being a one-on-one match, they had to prepare differently. They were preparing for a triple threat, which means no DQs, no countouts. But now with the third man out, they had to think differently. And this match will be an opening matchup. A really good, fast-paced opener to open up the match. To open up the night here. The fans were so on Finn's side. It was going to split, though. A little split. There's a few little ref botches. There's a time when both guys were out on the ringside area and the referee didn't count for a long time when Finn disappeared after Tyler Breeze took an apron cover off. And it was kind of a cool transition when Finn was going for a big move. He hit the apron and then bang, went right to the beauty shot. Sorry, allergies. That's Tyler Breeze's finish. And it was just a fast-paced, fun matchup. Like Finn had the advantage early with his big flying moves. But Breeze running him down with his big flashy move, big nasty super kick. There were some great spots in this match. With the big kicks. And like I said, everyone, there's a lot of Breeze fans, but a lot of people cheering for Balor. Like I said, it was split, but there was a lot of Balor fans. Balor's big over. I love him. He's a great athlete. He just needs to change his finish. The foot stomp finish needs to change. Although he did a good foot stomp on the back of Breeze's head on the outside. That was cool. And it was just back and forth action once again for these two guys. These are two of my favorites. And then, like I mentioned, that beauty shot kick from Breeze after he nailed Balor into the exposed turnbuckle. Balor disappeared for a bit, and then he came from behind when Tyler Breeze was running from the outside. Balor came from behind. A cool spot was when he jumped on the new entrance screen. I love when the fans are saying, "Please don't die! Please don't die!" Jumped off the top of that screen onto Breeze, onto the floor. Big splash from Finn off the top of that screen. Took him back to the ring and finished off some big kicks. And, of course, the coup de grace, the big double foot stomp in 1, 2, 3 victory for Finn Balor. Now that Finn's number one contender again, he had a great match against Kevin Owens a few weeks ago on NXT. We'll see if Finn does become NXT champion this time. But he may have to wait in line because we have the big debut I talked about coming in. 3.4 for this match. Really good, fast-paced opener to open up the match. And Finn winning got the fans happy to start off the night. So great way to kick off the night with Tyler Breeze and Finn. Two great athletes putting on another great matchup. It would have been great with the Dale. I was looking forward to seeing a triple threat. But under these circumstances, with them having to change it completely, having it a one-on-one match, it was great. I think Hideo would have added a lot more to it. You know what I mean? There's probably a part of us that would have wished to see Hideo tonight. But for what it was worth, great one-on-one match. Still wish triple threat. I wish they would have replaced Hideo with somebody. But it's tough to find anybody as good as Hideo. And willing and more deserving to be in a number one contenders match now. But still a great match. Now on to our next matchup, a tag team affair. You don't see two Divas matches on a card every day on WWE's main roster. It's because the NXT Divas are the best, as they proved tonight. We have this tag team match with women. Bayley teaming up with Charlotte against Dana Brooke and Emma. Now, Dana Brooke to me is a diamond in the rough. When she made her debut, she looked nervous and she looked rough. And I think she's gotten better. Although they didn't let her much in the match, though. They relied on Emma a lot. Because I think Dana still got a lot to learn. For the instances that Dana was in the match, she was okay in it. But it was all Emma. After the early feud, Bayley and Charlotte have been up and down friends. They've been friends, they've been frenemies, enemies. But now they're friends again, especially with Bayley hugging her. Great double team move from the get-go, isolating Brooke and just saying, "Welcome to the big leagues, Wookie Bang." But then Emma really took control of the matchup and just annihilating Bayley, quick tags in and out, really isolating Bayley in the corner for a little bit till Bayley came flying back with no big moves, including Bayley to belly, tagging in Charlotte, and trying to go in for the big moves, including, of course, the figure four leg lock turned into a figure. I love when she does the flex on the figure. That's a cool move there. And then, after that big fury, Dana come in to break the count. Then Bayley took her out with the Bayley to belly. And then Emma got taken down with the natural selection. And the 1-2-3 victory for Bayley and Charlotte. I thought Dana would get the victory here, but I think both of these teams are going to face each other individually. Dana's had problems with Charlotte. Bayley and Emma's had their issues. Emma's like telling Bayley, "Nice girls finished last. Look what happened to me. I'm back here at NXT because I didn't get over." And I like her new attitude. New hair, new attitude. So I kind of like that. It was a fun match for a women's match. 3.2 for this matchup. Very fun Divas tag team match. Better than any Divas tag I've seen recently. So there you go. Fun little Divas tag match to continue on this great card tonight. Fun card. With a great victory for Sasha and Bayley. Like I said, Sasha, Charlotte and Bayley. I was trying to say Charlotte. And everyone loves Bayley, I think Bayley could turn heel one day, but I don't think she should be champion heel. They need to have her as a champion one day as a babyface. Just the story behind it. Fun Divas tag. Now on to our next matchup. Baron Corbin against Rhyno. I think the fans are starting to turn on Baron. I think they're seeing through his one-dimensional character. Because I think they remind him, the fans get reminded too much of Roman Reigns. Green, not a lot of moves, just one-dimensional. Kind of like Roman Reigns. That's why I think the fans are really booing towards Baron. And plus the fact he's not inexperienced when it comes to long matches. His last match on the Takeover against Bull Dempsey was no DQ, yet he used no weapons. It was just an okay match. And you see the weakness. You see the weaknesses of Baron Corbin exposed in that match. Same thing with this match. It was just a fight. Wasn't much of a wrestling match. And why not just beat the crap out of Baron. You know, it was a decent match for what it was. You know, it was a fight with Baron. You can see Baron still inexperienced. You know, he has some okay moves, but the fans were really behind Rhyno. Because, like I said, I think the fans are starting to see through Baron's character that it reminds them too much of Woman Reigns. If they don't like Woman Reigns. So, that's why I think people are starting to turn on Baron. But he was okay in this matchup. He tried to look good. But I think Man Beast looked really good. In this match, it made Baron look good because Rhyno Zayn, like a veteran, doesn't want to get himself over, wants to push the young talent. And that's what he did with Baron Corbin. Despite setting up some big moves, including, of course, the goal at one point. He got counted from Corbin with a big lariat and going for the end of days and a 1-2-3 victory for Baron Corbin, continuing his undefeated streak. Despite a challenge from the Man Beast. 2.8. You know, it was just a fight. It was just okay. Baron's matches are just kind of predictable. But he's trying to be good. But like I said, the fans are seeing through his character. They're seeing right through him. Seeing that he's playing almost the same exact character and have the same move set, same kind of boring movement as Woman Reigns. They see through that. So NXT don't bullshit yet. The fans don't bullshit yet. So they got a decent little matchup between these two gentlemen. Like I said, these are the first 3 matches were pretty decent. Now we're on to the best half of the night. The first match of the second half must be the NXT Tag Team Championships. We have a team I'm big fans of. Big Cass. And, of course, Enzo Amore. As they took on Blake and Murphy. I'll say this tonight. Better tag team title match than at the last takeover. Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy had the first title defense on a takeover against the Lucha Dragons. It was heavily botched in the match. A lot of fuck ups in that match. Not a lot tonight. And it was a fun matchup for these two teams. I'm a big fan of Enzo and Big Cass. Enzo's not the best wrestler in the world, but his promo just get me. They remind me so much of New Age Outlaws because they have the crowd singing along to their entrance, and they're so over. You know, wonder that song, bang. I think they're starting to like Carmella more. He used to boo a lot, now they like him more. You know, the whole intro. You know, my name is Enzo Amore, and I'm certified G and a bona fide stud. I played Quizzo with my dad. We're both good Quizzo guys, and our team names, we've been going back and forth every week. 1 week with the certified G's, and 1 week with the bona fide studs. That's how much I love Enzo and Big Cass, because they're so over. And Blake and Murphy did really well in this matchup. Both teams were really good in this matchup. Enzo had some big flurry early. Even Big Cass had the big moves early. You know, but then you got Enzo back in the mix, and Enzo just got annihilated from Blake and Murphy. Like I said, they look a whole lot better than the last title defense. You know, because they are a very young team, and they needed to prove themselves in that first title defense. And that match was mauled with botches. Tonight, well, not so much botches. They looked really good in this match. Both teams, like I said, looked pretty good in this matchup. As Big and Murphy took over, we annihilating Enzo in the corner with some double team moves and, of course, the quick tags in and out. Enzo came flying back. He was on the top rope. Got a big tornado DDT from the top rope. That was a cool move, by the way. Probably one of the coolest things Enzo's ever done. With him still coming for the beat down from Blake and Murphy. Here comes Big Cass with a hot tag in, coming like a house of fire. Use any analogy you want. So big moves are big moves. You know, for the SA, his big moves are just vicious, man. I like Big Cass. Man, he's a great big man. Even though we saw Enzo still battered up on the ring apron, he tagged him in, ready to set up with a big slingshot move of the top rope where Enzo gets launched by Big Cass off the top. But then as they were getting ready for that big slingshot, here comes Alexa Bliss, who's had her issues with Carmella and kind of aligned herself with Blake and Murphy. She came from behind, beat the crap out of Carmella, and Big Cass basically left Enzo high and dry on the top rope trying to save Carmella. But then he was taken down with a big clothesline and a super kick from Murphy. And with Big Cass laid out, referee distracted, Bliss got a hold of Enzo, tossed him off the top rope, and the fans booed heavily. As Wesley Blake got back in the ring after the distraction from Alexa, 1, 2, 3 victory for Blake and Murphy retaining their NXT Tag Team titles. 3.2. So I wanted ice cream. It ain't no WWE ball, but it'll do. Fun little tag team match. I love, like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of Enzo and Cass. I think they'll be tag team champions one day. But Blake and Murphy needed to win tonight. They needed to win and really claim themselves as good tag team champions after their first defense, like I said, at the last takeover was mauled by botches. So they had a lot more to prove. To prove that they're more worthy champions. And they had a good match tonight. They were a great match between both these great teams. So, after that match, let's go on to, in my mind, match of the night. Sasha Banks against Becky Lynch for the NXT Women's Champion. If you see my NXT reviews, and on my other reviews, I've been shouting out the NXT Divas division for so long. I've been a huge fan of the Knockouts division team. I think they're still good and all. But the NXT Divas division is, in my mind, the best women's division in all of wrestling right now. Every time the women put on a match, whether it's on an NXT TakeOver or an NXT event itself, a regular 1 hour show, the women's matches are always a highlight. And once again, this was no exception tonight. It was Sasha's first defense after defeating Becky, Charlotte, and Miss Bayley in a great fatal 4-way back at the last TakeOver event. And Becky's been over good. She's really found her niche here. You know, she's been under the radar for so long. You know, living under the shadows of Becky, living under the shadow of Bayley and Charlotte and Sasha. But Becky stood out on her own. She had a great showing in that fatal 4-way, and she dyed her hair, and I liked her new outfit. You know, with a big black jacket and really dyed red hair. It looked awesome as much as the match. Really awesome women's match. You know, the women's matches, like I said, in NXT are just amazing. And it was just a back and forth action. It was very fast and furious. The crowd was really into it. It was split, like the Tyler Breeze and Dale match. Not Tyler Breeze and Dale, I wish he was still in it, but the Tyler Breeze, Finn Balor match, very split. There was a lot of Sasha fans, a lot of Becky fans. It was just fast-paced. Both women focused on the shoulders. And those shoulders were put through a lot of damage, especially one big spot was Becky was going for a big kick, got caught by Sasha and got turned into an arm drag onto the floor. It was a huge impact for. You don't see bumps like that from women. You don't see women take bumps like that in the main roster. WWE. TNA takes those bumps, but not the main roster of WWE. And it was just back and forth action. It was just some great action. Becky Lynch looked awesome. This is the best I've seen Becky look tonight. You know, she's had some great matches lately, and like I said, she's starting to break out. And I think she's officially broken out tonight in a great effort tonight. Looked really awesome tonight. Great effort from Miss Becky, including having one time trying to put Sasha into her armbar. It was just fast and furious action. You know, once again, applauding the Divas division, the women's division in the NXT world. It's just fantastic. Despite a great big effort from Becky Lynch, the boss reigns supreme. Both women, like I said, focus on each other's arms. And of course, Sasha Banks getting a big victory. Getting Becky caught in a crossface. Despite Sasha's big attempts, and of course, Becky's big attempts to get out of it. Becky had no other choice but to tap out to Sasha's big move, the crossface. So it was just a fun match. 4.0 for this match. I don't rate women's matches that high unless it's NXT matches, like I said. And great show of applause from the fans. They applauded the hell out of both women as they were leaving, especially when Becky got back up, you know, clutching her shoulder after taking so much damage from Sasha. And the applause was deserved for both women. Great effort for both women. Becky kind of reminds me of when Sasha took on Charlotte back in December. In a losing effort, Sasha Banks looked awesome in a one-on-one match against Charlotte back in December. Tonight, Becky played a role of Sasha in that match. A great effort. Despite a losing effort, Becky looked awesome tonight. I think she'll benefit from there. I think she will be champion. Like what happened with Sasha, you know, when she lost that match against Charlotte. You know, I said she'll be champion one day, and now she's champ now. So Becky's got to go through the same things that Sasha did. Had to go through a lot of losing efforts, then finally become the champ one day. You know what I mean? It'll take time. You know, it was just an epic match tonight. I've been reading they've been going into house shows. Like I said, I'm going to the one in Cleveland. I live in Detroit area, so I'm going to be traveling to Cleveland. I'm hearing they did some house shows over the weekend in Philly and Albany, and I'm hearing they've been doing awesome. The women's matches have been a highlight. And once again, they'll highlight tonight. So there you go. On to the main event of the evening. Screwy ending, but hey, yet to kind of protect Kevin Owens, who's now made at this big impact on Raw on Monday, which I marked the hell out for. He was waiting to defend his NXT Championship against Sami Zayn. And even though he's fighting Sami Zayn, it looked like he was looking past Sami because he wore John Cena's The Champ Is Here t-shirt. He's willing playing here. I was letting my ass off when he came out in Cena's shirt. Big intimidation factor with Owens sending a message to Cena tonight, even though he's supposed to be fighting Sami Zayn. And I think it did look like Owens was looking past Sami because Sami came out in a fury tonight. He just went all aggressive on Owens. You know, knowing what happened at the last TakeOver event when he never lost the title. Because referee stopped it after power bomb from Owens. Called the referees to stop it. But like I said, Sami was aggressive after seeing Kevin Owens try to wait his time and waiting outside the ring. Sami couldn't wait any longer and they just brawled outside the ring. And Sami just looked aggressive, did all of his big moves, the blue power bomb. He was even set up for the lubricant at one point, but then Owens got out of it. And they fought outside the crowd, too. They fought in the crowd a bit. And it was just a fight. It was a Sami wanted revenge. Even with that shoulder injury he suffered during his match against Cena, we were all worried that the match was going to be canceled. Especially after we found out Adele got injured, too. But thankfully the match went on. And I think the way they ended it is because of Sami's injury and because they didn't want Owens to lose the title and add more momentum for him to take on John Cena. Because the ending came as Sami was going for a big move off the top rope as they fought back to the ring after brawling outside the ring. After the haluva kick attempt, Sami got caught. He was going for a big fly move. He got caught in midair by Kevin Owens. Big power bomb on the apron. Holy shit. That just changed momentum quickly because Owens trying to get things going. But Sami's aggressiveness was working for him, but they got the best of him. He got caught for the power bomb on the apron. So after that, here comes referees stopping the match. It was no contest. No contest. Once I guess it was a good match, but it was sad that it was a no contest. You know what I mean? But what happened after made up for it. After the referees came out, Kevin Owens would not let go of Sami. Like what happened at the TakeOver event, despite referees trying to block him, he got his hands on Sami again. He kept beating the crap out of him, just destroying him. He was even grabbing a chair at one point. And he just waited. Even William Regal came out, the commissioner, the general manager. Even he got a headbutt for his helping. After he tried to talk some sense to Kevin Owens and literally tried to fight some sense into him by setting up the Regal stretch, but he got taken down by Owens, and then he got the chair. And as Owens was ready to wham Sami Zayn with the chair, Samoa Joe came out. Oh my god. I was mocking the fuck out. It's been rumored for months. Joe left TNA, as we know. And there's been rumors for months that he was going to WWE. I talked with a friend all the time. And he was like, if Joe ever comes into WWE, he'll be watered down. WWE will ruin him. Well, we'll see what direction they're going to take with him. Because he came out tonight, oh my god. It made sense he debuted in Florida because, hello, Orlando, Florida, TNA Impact Zone. You know what I mean? Even Triple H said on a conference call yesterday that he talked to Joe because Joe visited Full Sail University. That's when we was started about Joe going to WWE. And Triple H denied it. That there's been no further contact with Joe. I think it was just trying to distract the fans. It was a ruse. Trying to distract the fans from knowing the truth. You know, he didn't want to ruin the surprise of Joe debuting tonight. And every NXT TakeOver, we've always seen a big debut. I thought it'd be Uor Nation, but he was on the ringside area with some other prospects from NXT. The newest prospects who are currently performing at the Performance Center, where the NXT Superstars train, where Jason Albert's now training him after Bill Lamont got fired for some abuse. which I will not discuss because that's not my topic affair. I don't want to go into personal bullshit. So then Joe came out, like I said, the big debut we thought would never happen. I never thought I'd see Joe in a WWE ring. And the stare down with him and Owens was just, it was just epic. Like it was like as awesome as the stare down when Joe stared down Kurt Angle when Kurt Angle debuted in TNA back in 2006. But then Owens ran out before the fight even began. And Joe just stood there, and then Owens came out again and walked back. There was no physical confrontation, which I think was great setup because it wouldn't injure Kevin before his match against John Cena, and also tease the fans for a possible showdown between these two guys. When these two, it's gonna happen. You know, I know Finn Balor's number one contender and all, but I think Samoa Joe's gonna get his hands on Kevin. I don't care if it's non-title or not. Owens, Joe is gonna happen, and it's gonna be epic. I'm looking forward to see what happens with Joe in WWE. And apparently he's keeping his name. You know, they're keeping his name. Like other people change their names, like Kenta changed his name to Hideo Itami. Finn Balor's name was changed to that name. So at least they're making some more. As of right now, Samoa Joe's keeping his name. That's awesome that they're keeping his name. I'm happy they're keeping his name for now. And I love the fancy Joe's gonna kill you, you know, and it was just a sight to behold. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to seeing Joe in the WWE. Saying if they, I hope they don't want him. I hope they don't fuck him up. You know, I just hope they don't screw with him. You know, they screwed so many other people. That's why my friend's kind of nervous about Joe going to WWE because they may ruin him. You know, but I think Joe's got a bright future in WWE. Joe, because Owens looking awesome as a massive monster heel right now. And Joe's gonna look awesome as a monster heel or babyface. And I never thought Joe looked good, by the way. You know, I never thought I'd see Joe in WWE. You know, and it's awesome to see him there. So looking forward to it. I'll give this match a 3.0. I don't know how to rate this match because, like I said, the match, I'll give it 2.8. Just because of the fact that it ended kind of screwy. You know, just because it didn't have a proper ending. Once again, the referee stopped it. But there was a reason. One, to save Kevin Owens from losing or from injury before his match against John Cena. Two, to save Sami Zayn from further injury. And, of course, setting up the debut for Samoa Joe. So, it was awesome. Great fun. Another fun NXT Takeover tonight. Capping off with, of course, the debut of Samoa fucking Joe. Haha. That is it for my NXT Takeover Unstoppable review for tonight. Once again, the rating overall for this event, 7.5. Once again, thank you very much for watching. That mind, y'all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thanks again. See you later. And Joe's gonna kill you. Joe's gonna kill you. See ya.